Okay, so back again with the Dyna. This time, we have a problem with the lights. This wiring underneath here is all messed up. Wires are broke. Because this is lowered, the way they had this all hooked up, the tire would slam into the fender or get near the fender and then rip or damage these wires. So we need to make some modifications to them. These here are the lights that my wife chose. We're gonna mount these up on here. So let's get started. So I don't know if you can see this. This power wire and the ground, they're all messed up. I think we're gonna run the wires down the side probably and then come into these. We'll have to see what needs to be done. But I pulled the seat off because I think I'm gonna have to pull these wires back and rerun this stuff to the back. This shouldn't take very long to fix. They had it all cobbled up in here. Okay, since these are already up, we're just gonna cut these wires. I can use a socket to pull these off. Alright, so the lights are off. We know which wires run to these. There's two grounds that were tied into one. And then we have one of these that is yellow, I believe, that ran to it. Everything worked. The run, turn, and stop worked, whether it flashes brake or turn. So it may be possible that these could be the wrong style. We may just have to make them work, or we'll wire it in and it'll control it. So we may have to refer to a service manual to find the wiring diagram colors, to know what ones I need here, which isn't a big deal. We'll just have to find it online and refer to it. This was all kind of cobbled together by the previous owner. I'm not sure you can see it, but this strip here is all like Gorilla Glued because the foam glue kind of pushed out on here. So it's not really the best idea. I may pull them back and rerun them down the side. We'll see. So this is where we're at so far. The black here is ground, obviously. The red, yellow, this one here, is the brake light. This blue is running or tail light. The purple, or they call violet, is left turn. And then brown here is the right turn. And it says the orange white, which is this one, isn't used on domestic bikes. So we know what all these wires are now. Now we can fix this wiring and run these taillights. This is how I would prefer that they be mounted. Then we could run this wire back through here to keep it out of the fender area. But these lights don't have a long enough, I'm going to call it threaded rod, but that's not really what it is, to go through the strut here, through the sissy bar mount, and through the fender. So they'll go back in the fender up here. But what I'm going to do is, this will screw out. I'm going to cut about 3/8 of an inch off so we can tuck that back to keep these wires from being rubbed here. But then we'll still run them back through this hole like this, so we can keep these wires nice and neat and out of the possible damage from the tire. All right, so running them this way, running the wires through the fender. I wish we had the stock lights, but we don't. So running them through the fender, even at full, this thing, you know, bottoms out, it will be fine. There is no way that that can contact that. Being that we ran the wires back through here, we'll run them down here and back into here, and we'll get these run. I'll extend these wires. So for reference, I'll try to link these in the description. My wife bought them on her Amazon account. So, but this red one is the brighter. So this would be the brake or the turn, or brake and turn. And this one here will be the run. And this here is the ground. All right, so this already has the module that converts the turn signals to brake. So it was tricking me a little bit. I forgot that you can disconnect the brake. So turn it on. We have running lights. We got turn signals. And we have brakes. So the rear works. So you just didn't need to wire in the brake light wire, and we can leave that one out. That would be for if this still had this. So now this is done, I'm gonna get all these wires wrapped up and then clean up my wiring and be done with it. Now I used so here on these, I just used these heat shrink connectors for this, but everything that was in this harness I just soldered. I left all this extra on in case we ever needed to change anything, but all of my solder connections are right here. Everything is soldered here except for on these in case we need to replace these. I mean, this was easier than trying to solder it on the bike. So there it is. All right, so these are running here. Got this tucked away here. Run down through here, under and around over to here. There's a little notch in the strut, like right in here, for that wire to come back up. And then have it run through here. I did say I left it long, so there's a bunch tucked in here, but that all works. All right, so now these are all done. We can put the shocks back on, lower the bike back down, and verify that everything works again after we do that. And it's all back together. And the wife should be happy. Remember, happy wife, happy life. All right, guys, so there we have it. Installed new lights. They're a little bit different than the other ones that came off of here, wiring wise. But you can refer back to the tool series video that I did about the wiring tools that you need. If you want to put custom lights on your bike, you're going to need those tools. So, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned, more to come. Thanks.